Hello everyone, welcome to Biblical Prepping. I'm Judith Garden and this is a prepper portion, and I am reviewing a bunch of new products in the kitchen today. My last two will end up being these coffee grinders, so look for that video to be released. We're going to review both and see whether or not we like them. I can already tell you this one is a thumbs up. This one, I don't know yet. We've not even actually tried that, so watch for that video. These are hand coffee grinders. Keep your eye out for that. And remember to subscribe, turn on notifications, because you will then get notified when new videos, and I have got a bunch of them lined up coming up, and they're shorter, which is nice. I will do a little intro video on those as we review. One of the first ones will be a hoop house outside for the vegetable garden. It's a little late in the season, but when I do that video, I'm going to give you a heads up about other products that I will be reviewing that have to do with gardening. I cannot wait. Some are coming today in the mail and some tomorrow, I believe. Cannot wait. So for now, I want to introduce you to a pair of work gloves that I had ordered recently. These are they are made with 3M Thinsulate inside, and they also have a soft, warm, cottony liner like flannel on the inside. And now when you look at the out on Amazon, it will tell you point blank to order a size up. I'm actually glad that I didn't. I normally wear a men's size large work glove. As an example, my infamous Wells Lamont work gloves. I use these in the garden all the time throughout the summer, throughout the spring, usually into the fall. This pair I've worn so much. Ooh, they're filthy too. Mud caked on them. I've actually torn off a good part of the palm protection padding here on that set of gloves, and I had bought a second pair. This one is lasting on the palm a lot longer than this pair did. But I'll be looking for a new one in the spring, so we'll be getting another set of leather gloves. I prefer leather gloves in the garden. I'm not your typical woman who likes the cute little garden gloves, which are really pretty and I love them. They never tend to fit my hands, and I blow through them in literally a few days. I think the longest one pair of those garden gloves you usually see that are for women, and one pair I think lasted 3 weeks. I go back to work gloves. And I buy the men's sizes because my hands are not tiny like most women's hands are. They're pudgy. So I buy those, and I went looking for a pair of winter ones because it is supposed to be a bad winter this year up here in the mountains. But I still have a lot to do outside. Our lawnmower, which I usually use as a leaf shredder because we have not been able to pick up a leaf shredder yet. It's a little out of our budget. I have a ton of leaves, but our push mower broke. So I have to rake all of those and get those mowed. I know I'm going to be doing that into the winter. Last year our winter was very mild, and I was able to be outside most of the time in January, mid-January through August. I spent a lot of mornings outside. The other morning I headed out to rake some leaves, and it said it was 28, and there was only a mild wind, so it was only a wind chill of about 25. Not too bad. But I put these gloves on, and I'll show you how they fit. They fit as nicely as my Wells Lamont. To me, they fit as comfortably as they do. These are large and these are large. So you will have to judge for yourself whether you want to try the size that you think you will wear, or if you want to try a size larger. I raked a good part of our backyard with these at 28 degrees with a wind chill of about 25. My hands were so warm. I cannot brag about these enough. These are going to be great if I'm shoveling off the deck or helping with anything out in the yard during the winter, with gathering sticks for kindling, firewood, whatever. These are going to be great. They had a pair that was like this, exactly like this, same style and everything, but from someone different manufacturing or selling it, and they were woodland camo, and I thought, you know, the winter woodland, pardon me, winter woodland, I thought they were really cool, but they actually went really, really fast. Not a fan of white. You will know I don't normally wear anything white except my aprons, and my aprons are filthy as a general rule, even when they're clean right out of the washer. I don't wear white. The old rule about white, don't wear white after Labor Day. I don't wear white. I will ruin it in 5 seconds flat. But I was actually surprised all the work I did outside, and they did not get terribly stained. These are cowhide. That is great. I have ordered a couple things over the last few months that claimed to be leather that were found out later to be what they call PU leather. And yeah, PU, they stink. They're not leather. they're what names have they've been called over the years? Oh, pleather. Yes. And yeah, that's one word that's been used. Another one I love, vegan leather. No animals were harmed in the process of making it. There is no such thing as vegan leather. Leather is leather. Leather is animal hide. Sorry, that's what it's supposed to be. But anyway, these I can recommend wonderfully. They even have the cuff, which you can put over your sleeve of your sweater, sweatshirt, jacket, hoodie, whatever you're wearing outside, or you can put under. And that ensures that your arm stays warm up to here. Nice, nice gloves. And they're very flexible. They didn't need a lot of breaking in. And in fact, my Wells Lamont gloves needed more breaking in when I got those than these did. They're just fantastic. And like I said, they kept my hands so toasty warm through the entire process. So I can definitely recommend these. And if you need it, they even have a reflective strip. So those, I will put a link for those down in the description. Fantastic. The other thing I wanted to review today is my 4-in-1 soil tester. This one is and this one you don't want to leave outside. It's not waterproof. It says don't drench it in water. And even in pots, they say do not leave it in pots. And I accidentally left it in a pot for a couple days, and it did damage this metal section down here, which does a lot of the reading. I did wash it off. I scrubbed it well, and it seems to be working just perfectly again. But I will tell you, this one tests light, moisture, nutrition, nutrients in the soil, and pH. So you can use it out in your garden, just don't leave it out there. And it has, I'll take a picture or a close-up so you can see better. It has the 4 different gauges here with a needle showing you exactly what your soil is. Now, I bought a bag of an organic national brand. It was Miracle-Gro. I confess, I swore I said I'd never use Miracle-Gro again, but this was the Miracle-Gro organic. I thought maybe it would be okay to bring in some herbs and start an herb garden inside. And I have another product to show you and review in a few days, because I got some grow lights for the herb section, herb area in the prayer room. Now, I thought that Miracle-Gro organic soil was going to be perfect for the herbs. One, it held too much water. No matter what I did, the water would not disappear. I lost everything except 2 or 3 oregano plants, and I may have been able to salvage a thyme. All of my sage is now gone. Both kinds of basil gone, rosemary gone. I'm going to restart the seeds at some point in time over the next couple weeks indoors with the grow lights, and I do have heat pads coming, seedling heat pads coming. That should also help keep the temperature above, because we don't keep the house very warm. We have our thermostat set at 63 or 64 because that's what we like. But this soil tester was amazing. I tested it, and the pH was ridiculously low. It was so alkaline, the needle didn't move. So I need to bring that. I thought it was too acidic, and I made that mistake because I read the meter wrong, but it is actually too alkaline. And I will need to bring that up to par before I can replant it. And I also found out that the nutrients in this fertilizer soil were below 0. There were none, which was very discouraging. It was the only potting soil that was available for me in the area, so I grabbed that really quick, and I did buy that bag because it was, like I said, the only kind I had. I am in the process of learning to compost with thermal composting, so I'm praying that I will have my own potting soil next year in the spring. But for now, I had to buy something, and it was the only thing available. So when you have the pH is way too alkaline, and you've got absolutely no nutrients in the soil, I definitely found out why most things died. Now, it is a blessing that some of the oregano has survived. I believe it's only one type, though, and I have to look at my seed packets to figure out which one it really is, because I have two different types. One is a Greek oregano, and the other one is a standard Italian oregano that I have to figure out. But I want basil during the winter, and I wanted rosemary bush and whatnot. So we're going to have to work on that. But I can definitely recommend this soil pH tester. Irony, I tested the soil in my house plants, where I also have a brand new grow light shining on a couple of spider plants and 3 holiday cactuses. Most people call them Christmas cactuses, but the holiday cactuses. And those plants have been doing so much better, as has my avocado tree. It's finally getting what appear to be new branches, so we're praying for that. I tested the soil in those pots. Now, those pots contain a combination of outside soil and another brand of organic that I had grabbed at Lowe's early in the spring. Those soils are almost spot on with the pH. They're at about a 5.4, and I'd rather get up toward about a 6. But I was shocked because these plants have been in this soil for about 9 months. In addition to that, in addition to the pH being almost where it needs to be, there's still a lot of nutrients in those soils, in those pots, and I am just shocked. So I definitely want to improve on our soil and whatnot, but to be able to do that, this is an excellent little meter. It is only about 10 inches long, so it will store nicely and easily in an area where you have your plants, and you really could benefit by having one of these if you're going to plant a vegetable garden next year. If you've ever had trouble growing seedlings, getting seeds started indoors, this is an absolutely wonderful blessing to have in your home. I hope this helps and gives you some new ideas for your garden. And I have a feeling we are now out of time. So blessings and shalom.